tweaking in Dublin. Where the fuck Dublin at? It's in Ireland, where Conor McGregor and shit at. You know Conor McGregor, he really from the trenches. You don't believe me? If you don't believe me, come on, just watch this. Let me show you some real shit about Ireland.
On a seemingly ordinary May morning in 2016, at the early hour of 7 a.m, Mary McDonald's world turned upside down. Living in the Avondale House flats in Dublin, she'd grown accustomed to the quiet hum of the mornings in the complex.
Damn, Connor vacant. Why y'all getting on that with
knock at her door shattered the stillness. Before she could react, the door flew open and two men stormed into her apartment. Guns in hand, they ignored Mary's protests and took control of her flat. The men stationed themselves at the windows, their eyes fixed on another apartment. Unbeknownst to one of the neighbours, they were monitoring his every move.
Whoa, I'm thinking these niggas coming up in there to do something to the woman. These niggas on a whole different time. They're like, nah, we need your apartment to motherfucking stake out so we can get the other nigga. That's why I say these niggas in Ireland, bro, these niggas on different type of timing.
As soon as he emerged from his flat, the two men bolted into action, rushing out of Mary's home and down the stairwell. The neighbour, oblivious to the threat, walked casually to his car in the complex's car park. He appeared relaxed, removing his jacket and placing it in the vehicle, unaware of the shadows closing in behind him. Just as he was about to take a seat behind the wheel, one of the attackers fired his gun.
Damn!
4 deafening shots rang out, piercing the early morning air. The victim staggered.
This is what I'm saying. I'm not trying to beef with no Ireland niggas, because these niggas really be like, if they want you, they want you. As you can see, niggas is breaking into other people's apartment building to use their shit as a stakeout to get someone else. Like, this shit is different.
Staggered, hit twice in the neck, once in the lower back, and once in the chest. Blood pooled as he crumpled to the ground.
Oh,
the second gunman tried to fire, but his weapon jammed. Frustrated and panicked, he fumbled with it, but could do nothing. The job was done.
Appreciate it, my boy.
The two assailants fled, leaving their victim lifeless in the car park. The jammed weapon, its safety still on, was later found abandoned, loaded with 6 full rounds of ammunition. Their escape, however, didn't go as planned. The pair jumped into a waiting black BMW, but the car refused to start. Scrambling, they abandoned the vehicle and sprinted to a nearby Skoda Octavia.
Damn,
this time, the engine roared to life, and they disappeared into the distance. When Gardaí arrived at the scene, the BMW offered chilling clues.
How long is it?
Inside, officers found a jerry can of petrol intended to destroy evidence and 2 changes of clothes. It was clear the murder had been meticulously planned.
Oh, gang, that's premeditated right there, gang. They gonna hit them with that premeditated shit, bro. But that's why I say, when these niggas, you gotta think about, bro, when these Ireland niggas going to go commit a crime, bro, lots of the time with these niggas, bro, they really planning this shit out. It ain't just like no hot head shit that they got going on. I mean, these niggas tweakers for sure, but as you can see, these niggas, they really like on some GTA heist planning ass shit when they doing some shit.
Shortly before he was shot, the 35-year-old victim was issued with a Garda information message that there was a threat to his life. You see, the victim was Gareth Hutch, a nephew of none other than Jerry the Monk Hutch, one of Ireland's most notorious criminal figures. Oh, yeah. And this killing was no isolated incident.
Guilty by association, that's the sad part. You born in this shit, bro. You are op now by association. You related to the niggas that's really gangbanging.
It was part of a deadly feud that had gripped Dublin at the time. 3 months earlier, the infamous Regency Hotel shooting had sent shockwaves through the city. The attack, believed to have been orchestrated by the Hutch family, claimed the life of David Byrne, a Kinahan Cartel associate. That shooting ignited a ferocious war between the Hutch and Kinahan factions, a war fought in blood. Gareth's murder was the 8th killing linked to this escalating feud. Gardaí had previously searched Gareth's flat as part of their investigation into the Regency shooting.
Yeah, if it's like a real-life documentary, I don't be watching those.
Just days before his murder, Gareth had confided in a local councillor. His words were haunting. He knew he was in danger and feared being shot in front of his son. He was the father of a 6-year-old boy and had been desperately seeking to move to a more secure apartment within the complex. But time ran out. The day before the shooting, tension simmered in the Avondale House flat.
Damn, this the apartment? Oh yeah, I see why he want to move out that shit, boy. That shit most definitely look like a motherfucker getting that bitch with good ease.
Mary McDonnell, whose apartment would soon become an unwitting vantage point,
Yeah, they
witnessed a
slided
heated
through that shit.
confrontation in a car park below. Jonathan Keogh, a cartel gunman who she'd known for years, squared off with Gareth Hutch. His words were chilling. If any harm befell his sister Regina or his family, he'd come after Gareth. Later that evening, Keogh approached Mary with a proposition. He offered her £5,000 to use her flat for a few hours. Mary declined, but Keogh's sister Regina persisted, insisting she'd comply. Their refusal to accept her answer left Mary feeling cornered. That night, around 10:45 p.m, Keogh and another man followed Mary into her apartment. Once inside, they drew 2 handguns from their trousers and meticulously wiped them down with wet wipes. The sanitized weapons were then placed into an Aldi bag before the men departed. Disturbed, Mary called Regina, expressing her disgust.
You see how these niggas doing all this planning ass shit, wiping the shit down with disinfectant wipes, all this shit, bro. Like we watch lots of different countries from the gangbanging shit. And Ireland, bro, these niggas is the most sophisticated motherfuckers we have been seeing so far.
Comfort, and stating she didn't want anything in her house. Regina dismissed her concerns and arrived minutes later, leaving rubber gloves on Mary's kitchen counter, a silent assertion of control. The following morning, Keogh and an accomplice forced their way into Mary's apartment, lying in wait for Gareth to appear. As he emerged,
these niggas different. They were like, shorty, we get in your apartment regardless. Whether you like it or not, it's either we gonna give you this, we could give you money on shit, or we gonna do it the other way. And we probably ain't gonna give you the money on if we gotta do it the other way.
They sprang into action, confronting him outside and executing him in cold blood.
Damn.
Less than 12 hours after the murder, a chilling CCTV video began circulating on social media, capturing the brutal execution of Gareth Hutch. The footage revealed 2 hooded gunmen stealthily approaching Hutch from behind.
It's the same shit that we seen, bro.
Their intentions unmistakably lethal.
This nigga think he's slick.
The botched escape that followed proved to be the assailants' undoing. Forced to abandon their intended getaway vehicle, a black BMW, their hasty retreat left a trail of evidence. Investigators swiftly identified the shooter as 33-year-old Jonathan Keogh, a figure already notorious in criminal circles. This was not Keogh's first encounter with the law.
Folks' neck bout strong as hell, strong neck criminal ass, bro. What the fuck?
He'd been arrested in an apartment in Park West Clondalkin, manufacturing pipe bombs for the Irish National Liberation Army in LA.
Bro, these niggas got on masks and suits, bro, with AKs, bro. What the fuck do these niggas got going on out there?
The cash included steel piping, metal caps, batteries, wiring, alarm clocks.
These niggas making evil villain tools?
And nails. Components intended to create devices of maximum lethality. Keogh pleaded guilty to unlawful possession of explosives and served an 8-year sentence. A detective at his sentencing revealed that Keogh's motivations were far from ideological. He was constructing bombs to target drug dealers as part of a money-making racket involving kidnapping, extortion, and intimidation. Released in 2014, Keogh resumed his criminal enterprises with renewed vigour. He entrenched himself deeper into organised crime, engaging in extortion and forging alliances with mobsters from Limerick and Eastern Europe. His trajectory of violence and lawlessness culminated in the cold-blooded murder of Gareth Hutch, further entrenching his infamy in Ireland's underworld. Jonathan Keogh, alongside his close-knit circle, including gangland killer Thomas Nicky McConnell, volatile...
Out of all them niggas, bro, this nigga looked the most dangerous, like, but you see out there, bro, you never know, bro. His nigga probably the hitman, and this nigga probably controlling this nigga. That shit be crazy as hell out there.
Criminal Gerard Mackin, childhood friend Eamon Cumberton, and several other notorious figures coalesced into a formidable crime group, infamously dubbed the New ILNA. Their operations spanned extortion, coercive debt collection, and drug trafficking, all while masquerading under the guise of a legitimate security enterprise in Ballymun. Keogh himself amassed over 20 criminal convictions, ranging from theft and drug offences to public order violations and reckless driving. From his teenage years, Keogh's interactions with law enforcement were marked by an aggressive defiance. His affiliation with a Republican organization during the peace process was opportunistic.
But these niggas look like they trying to start a war. Is these niggas trying to start a war or gangbang? Which one is it, bro? I don't even know what's going on at this point.
But no intent to target security forces in the north. For Keogh, the Republican mantle was a mere facade for his true pursuit, financial gain. Despite raking in tens of thousands of euros monthly, Keogh and his cohort's insatiable greed propelled them further into the abyss of criminality. Their ambition led them to offer their lethal services to the Keogh Cartel, especially in the aftermath of the Regency Hotel shooting. Intelligence gathered by Spanish authorities after the Regency Hotel shooting in February 2016 revealed that Keogh was on the Kinahans' payroll, orchestrating operations in their relentless vendetta against Jerry the Monk Hutch, his family, and associates. Investigations further uncovered Keogh's close collaboration with fellow hitman Eamon Cumberton in his brutal campaign against the Hutch faction. During the probe into David Byrne's murder, authorities unearthed a chilling hit list, underscoring the calculated and merciless nature of their enterprise. Entrusted with large sums of cash by the Keogh Cartel, Keogh and Cumberton were working on a list of 4 targets. They diligently identified and tracked them, demonstrating acute awareness of surveillance. Their meticulous planning included clandestine meetings in car parks, even in Spain, and often donning bulletproof vests to ensure their safety. Compensation varied based on their roles in each assassination.
Bro, that shit low-key looked like Monopoly money. How it got all the different colors and shit. Quick question, bro. So, do the UK members use euros? Because, or y'all don't use euros in the UK?
With Keogh receiving substantial sums to finance
they
contracts
sliding
and
like
killings.
COD, bro. They really on that
Keogh's
shit.
enterprise in explosives and firearms, coupled with his violent reputation, earned him a pivotal role within the cartel, with huge responsibility. As the appointed leader of the hit squad, he was responsible for recruiting young men from Dublin's north inner city, enticing them with initial payments to secure their loyalty. These recruits were groomed with promises of financial gain, further expanding the cartel's lethal.
Wait, I thought euros was the same thing as pounds, bro. Well, that's not the same thing. Oh, shit.
Network. Keogh was one of 6 main killers who were enlisted by the Keogh mob with the sole intent of committing murder. His murderous gang was affiliated with the INLA and was paid to murder as many people as they could. Among the 4 targets named on the uncovered hit list was Michael Barr, a real IRA member, who was murdered in Dublin's inner city on April 25, 2016. Keogh and Cumberton's only success from the hit list was Barr's slaughter. At that point, Keogh was offering huge money to eradicate a Hutch organised crime group, including €1 million for Jerry Hutch and €500,000 for James Gately's murder.
Damn, they want this nigga.
Keogh was also commissioned with €30,000 to travel to Northern Ireland and assassinate Kevin Flatcap Murray, whom the Keogh gang suspected of involvement in David Byrne's killing. However, Keogh aborted this mission, suspecting Murray was under police surveillance. In April 2016, Barr was gunned down at Dublin Sunset House pub, marking the sole successful execution from their list. However, years later, Keogh's key accomplice, Eamon Cumberton, became the first person convicted of a murder in the Hutch-Keogh feud, and is now serving a life sentence for Barr's murder.
I know he's shitty as hell, bro. Like, that's the worst thing to be the first person to do. Like, yeah, he the first nigga to get locked up from our crime group. I know he's shitty as hell, bro.
Gardaí previously investigated whether Keogh was also present at the Sunset House during Barr's brutal killing. He was seen closely reading a newspaper report on this aspect of the case in a North Inner City shop the night before Gareth Hutch's murder, but was never charged. Unable to actually target any other people on the hit list, Keogh shifted his focus to Gareth Hutch. Although this murder backfired massively, as the Hutch faction struck back after Keogh fled the country. In retaliation, Keogh's older...
You see, I ain't gonna cap to you. In this shit, bro, I feel like, bro, you kind of bogus as hell if you end up fleeing when you going up against these type of gang members, bro. Because these type of gang members, if they can't get you, they gonna get the next person that's closest to you that's out there, bro. So you leaving, really damn, they gonna get your peoples fucked up. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Brother Michael was killed in the underground car park of the Sheridan Court complex in the North Inner City in May 2017. He'd just left his home and gotten into his car to drive to his new job when he was shot inside the vehicle.
That's why I already knew. I already knew what type of timing these niggas on. As soon as I heard a nigga flee, I'm like, oh yeah, these island niggas, every time when a nigga try to leave, they get one of their family members and shit. That's how they really get. They on that diabolical shit, that real get back regardless.
Nobody heard the gunshot, and Michael's dead body had been laying in the car for some time before it was found by council workers.
Damn.
Although he was still friendly with several Kinahan gang members,
that was his brother, bro.
Death, Michael Keogh was trying to start over, having previously been involved in criminal activity and the cartel. His unsolved murder is believed to have deeply distressed his brother Jonathan. In June 2017, the law finally caught up with Jonathan Keogh. In the aftermath of the killing, Keogh fled Ireland, seeking refuge across the border with the aid of his associates. He first went to Scotland before travelling to London. His attempt to vanish was thwarted when detectives eventually tracked him to...
Yeah, nigga, I feel like going to those type of places, bro, you ain't gonna get away with that shit, bro. You gotta go, really, you gotta go, like, to places like Dubai. Like, them niggas that be getting away far enough, they be going to, like, Pakistan and all types of wild-ass places. Nigga, you going to London and whatever the fuck that shit called, bro. Scotland?
Essex, England, after he applied for a new passport. In a coordinated operation, the UK's National Crime Agency, NCA, arrested Keogh, facilitating his extradition to Ireland aboard a military plane. Back in Ireland, he faced trial alongside his sister, Regina Keogh, and accomplice Thomas Fox for the cold-blooded murder of Gareth Hutch. All three were found guilty by the Special Criminal Court and received mandatory life sentences.
Damn.
In December 2024, a fourth individual, Thomas Nicky McConnell, was also convicted for his role in the murder. The court found that the plan to kill Mr. Hutch had been in gestation, perhaps as far back as April 2016, when a black BMW, the proposed getaway vehicle, was bought for cash. It was certainly in place by May 18, when Jonathan Keogh acquired a burner phone. Back in Ireland, he faced trial alongside his sister Regina Keogh, an accomplice Thomas Fox, for the ruthless murder of Gareth Hutch. The Special Criminal Court found all three guilty, sentencing them to life imprisonment. In December 2024, a fourth conspirator, Thomas Nicky McConnell, was also convicted for his role in the assassination. The court revealed that the plot to eliminate Mr. Hutch had been meticulously planned, possibly as early as April 2016, when the black BMW, the intended getaway vehicle, was purchased with cash. By May 18, Jonathan Keogh had secured a burner phone, solidifying the deadly scheme.
I said I wouldn't either when
this calculated orchestration
went
underscores the cold-blooded nature of the crime, reflecting a deep-seated vendetta that culminated in a brutal public execution. During the trial, state witness Mary MacDonald testified that she had known Jonathan Keogh for many years, providing crucial identification.
Hey shorty, hey. Them not the type of niggas you want to snitch on. I'm not gonna bap to you, shorty. You just put your life on the line snitching on them niggas. I ain't gonna cap.
Evidence. In addition,
you better hope they lock him up.
Was intricately linked to the murder through mobile phone records, CCTV footage, and DNA evidence discovered on items in the getaway vehicle. The presiding judge remarked that Keogh had a hand in almost every aspect of this meticulously orchestrated murder enterprise. His sister Regina was believed to have played a central role in the murder by being instrumental in securing the use of Mary MacDonald's flat as a vantage point to monitor Hutch. This involvement led to her becoming the first woman convicted in the lethal.
On gang. Now she the first woman that's convicted. Want to help these niggas? You see, y'all women, bro. Y'all always want to, but these type of niggas, bro, you don't help these niggas out, they holding you at gunpoint. So I don't think she really had an option.
For Kinahan Hutch feud, Thomas Fox was integral to both the planning and execution of the shooting, serving as the getaway driver. Upon his conviction, an outburst erupted in the courtroom, with someone from the public gallery shouting, "Fucking hypocrite you are," before storming out. In court, Keogh, who had pleaded not guilty, showed no reaction when the verdict was announced, though he later shouted "rats" across the courtroom, underscoring his defiance even in the face of justice.
He going out like a real nigga.
Keogh, known for having extreme anger issues, has been a constant source of trouble. He's threatened staff members and engaged in violent altercations, leading to multiple transfers between Ireland's correctional facilities. In 2018, Keogh, along with Cartel associates and convicted killers, Fat Freddie Thompson, Eamon Cumberton, and Paddy Doyle were transferred from Mountjoy Prison due to serious disciplinary issues. 3 years later, Keogh survived a shiv attack in the D yard of yet another facility, the Midlands Prison. A former MTK boxer intervened, helping him fend off the blade-wielding assailant, Michael Collins, a volatile inmate serving a 14-year sentence for causing death by dangerous driving. This incident led to Keogh being transferred back to Mountjoy. Eventually, in 2024, he was kicked out of Mountjoy.
Why they fucking jail look like a fucking castle, bro? I expect that shit to be happening in the fucking UK, bro. But I guess Ireland do got castles and shit too. Wait, do y'all? Oh yeah, another question, bro. So is Northern Ireland people still considering Ireland, what y'all call Irish people? Is Northern Ireland still considered Irish people? Like, but y'all, cause I know y'all inside the UK. You feel me? So let a nigga know.
Mountjoy Prison and transferred back to the state's maximum security lockup in Port Leash for threatening a prison officer and his family while making false complaints about the same staff member. This marked the third time he threatened prison officers since the beginning of his life sentence. Despite his alignment with the INLA terror group and his reputation as a bully and thug, Keogh has expressed regret over involving his siblings in the Kinahan-Hutch feud.
Sweet.
That was it for today's video. What are your
folks was out there sliding? Hey, they sliding in Ireland, bro. You feel me? I ain't gonna cap to you. Ireland, Northern Ireland, they both be sliding. I ain't gonna bap to you. That shit is wild, bro. But if y'all said Northern Ireland and Ireland is both Irish people, okay. Now when the other Ireland people see this shit from the other side, I hope they agree with y'all, because some niggas, I'm just hoping they agree with y'all, bro. But if you watch this shit all the way through, I know your ass fucking with another motherfucking video, so go ahead and go watch another motherfucking video, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and what? Turn on post notifications so you never miss out on any content like this. Go!